Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of Achieve and Leave here on FIFA 19. We're almost halfway through the season with Chelsea, before of course we move on to a different club at the end of the year. But we are hoping to win as many trophies as possible in every season with each individual club that we play with. There was a bit of confusion instigated by me during the week. I accidentally put episode 5 live on Tuesday before episode 4. So then I took 5 down, but 4 up, and then episode 5 went live on Thursday. Apologies for the mix-up. Regardless, you both got to see episodes 4 and 5. It's just some of you saw 5 before you saw 4. But you've seen all the footage. If you missed the episodes, then check the channel page for them. They'll be there waiting for you as per the schedule. All of the CM RTG videos still continuing to go up daily though. There's been some call in the comments. I asked you actually whether you think I should train anyone or just let them grow. The general consensus was that I should train Henry Edwards and I should train Hans Wagner and then take them both with me through the save. So that's what the plan is. They're Hans Wagner's potential stats, obviously not his current stats. And Henry Edwards, these are his current stats, and his potential is 84 to 94. So we shall see how they get on, but I'm genuinely going to train them throughout the entirety of this season remaining, and then obviously moving forward we shall take them to our next club if we possibly can. The transfer budget is artificially boosted because someone gifted me the financial takeover and I couldn't reject it. I had £45 million-ish with £250,000-ish available in the wage budget. I will maybe dip into some of the financial takeover money to try and bring in a new central midfielder, but I will try not to use all of it. I still have a couple of players left to sell. To be fair, Olivier Giroud is leaving us at the beginning of January, so we will have that money to come in. He's going to Bayern Munich on the 1st of January, so that deal is done. Hopefully we can sell Willy Caballero as well, but to be fair, he and George McEachran aren't going to raise much money, so we'll have to wait and see. I've added Luka Modric to the shortlist. Obviously, Adrien Rabiot was already here. There's been some call actually though, regardless of who I'm to buy, as to who I should replace in a starting lineup. I was leaning towards replacing Mateo Kovacic. A number of you reckon that I should perhaps replace Jorginho in the starting lineup instead. So, as per your suggestions and your recommendation and your favourability, I shall replace Jorginho in the starting lineup, not Mateo Kovacic. I can't sell Jorginho on, obviously, because he's new at the club and Mateo Kovacic is on loan. So, neither of them would be sold, but moving someone in, to replace Jorginho in the starting lineup is what I will do in the upcoming January transfer window, which will be tomorrow's episode. Today, though, we're in December. We've Wolves in the Carabao Cup, which will send. Basically, I'm going to play City, obviously. I'm going to play Fulham because it's a localish derby. And I'm going to play probably Watford as well on Boxing Day because that's an away game. And then, to be fair, Palace is away as well. We'll see what the league table looks like by the end of the Leicester game and decide who to play, Watford or Palace, at the end of the episode, depending on who perhaps is doing better in the league at any given moment in time. But it's the Carabao Cup against Wolves first in the quarter-final. I will be simulating this with my rotated side. Obviously, I want to ensure that my my full-strength side is available against City. David Luiz is currently injured for this, so he'll be rotated out, and someone else will be drafted in. As you can see, they have been. But will we be able to get a victory against Wolves? I'm not sure. They look like they've started a pretty strong starting lineup. Maximilian Philip, same Maximilian Philip we signed at Newcastle earlier on in the FIFA 19 cycle, gives them a 1-0 lead. As we push into the second half, he scores a second, and it looks like we're going out the Carabao Cup. Or maybe not. Morata pulls one back, and then Dendoncker gets sent off a minute later. Is that something that will turn the game on its head? No, it is not. We are out of the Carabao Cup. Not to worry, we will have plenty future opportunities to win that competition later in our managerial career. Obviously, the game against Manchester City was going to take precedence here, so we shall try our best to win the Premier League with Chelsea this year. N'Golo Kante wants to play, I would presume. And, well, yes, N'Golo, you are going to play. It was quite weird, actually. midweek, when the episode that went out on Thursday night that had us play against Tottenham went live, Chelsea were playing Tottenham in the Carabao Cup. But obviously, Chelsea won on penalties on that occasion, and in-game, we won in 90 minutes because it was a league game. So we shall play Manchester City. Now they can play in their home kit, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. And it was just David Luiz getting rotated out off the bench again because he's injured on. I can't quite recall off the top of my head how long he's out for, but we're at full strength for the game against Manchester City, and hopefully, we can put ourselves top of the Premier League table with a win. Right, City starting lineup, Ederson in goal. Unsurprisingly, Walker, Laporte, Otamendi and Mendy at the back. Strong defensive lineup. David Silva, Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne in midfield, with Sterling, Aguero and Sané up top. That is, as far as I'm concerned, a full-strength Manchester City side. Help me. Silva. Across to Walker, down the line to Sterling. David Silva into Ilkay Gundogan. Kante's with him. Well, that's certainly a foul. Is he going to take that quickly? He's not, because the referee's going to book N'Golo Kante. Definitely a foul. Did that animation where they kind of lean forward and throw their leg behind them. And tripped Gundogan quite blatantly, I think, there. De Bruyne will deliver the ball into the box. Dominant header, I think we could call that, from Antonio Rudiger. Oh, and Otamendi missed the football when he went to clear that, and Hazard very nearly pounced. Silva to Sterling, into De Bruyne, but given away. We'll have to be wary of Kante on a yellow card, because obviously he's one of my best defensive players. Willian trying to get away from one of their best defensive players in Benjamin Mendy, and does so, and gives us a 1-0 lead in the 17th minute. Chelsea 1, Manchester City 0. That might well put us top of the Premier League. Cardi over the top looking for Willian. He's in behind Benjamin Mendy again. He's taken it down well. Mendy's far too strong. It will be a corner though. Benjamin Mendy able to keep up with Willian on that occasion. Rudiger's up! And the ball also went up into the stand. Good header by Marcos Alonso. Hazard down to Willian. Just popped up for him, but Hazard will get away with it. Oh, and good footwork from him, and looking for Icardi, who's found well, and Ederson with a stunning save. Brilliant football from Eden Hazard, and great pass too on the end of it. And if he'd got that more in the corner, he might well have scored himself a goal there, Icardi. It's a brilliant save by the Brazilian between the sticks. Willian with the delivery. Rudiger's up. This time it was down low and on target rather than high and wide, but the keeper was equal to it again. Jorginho will lay that back to Kante, quickly get it inside to Mateo Kovacic. Willian, Icardi. Oh, Laporte came thundering through, but they've given the ball away again, City. I tried to change to Marcos Alonso there, it wouldn't let me, but at least we still got the ball. Kante will fire this, looking for Willian. Quickly round the corner to Icardi. This time, maybe. Yes, this time! What a finish from Mauro Icardi into the top corner. He may have missed the moment ago, but Ederson didn't stand a chance with that one. What a finish! I thought it was a bit ambitious with the way that his body was facing, but I had the shot power and the accuracy of Mauro Icardi and just let the game do the rest for me. He's similar to Harry Kane for me, Icardi. You just hit the ball from anywhere, and shot power and finishing quality is enough to see the ball go into the back of the net. His 6th goal of the Premier League this season. Sterling to Silva, to Sterling, to Aguero. That's what City can do. That's what City can do. They are right back in the game. Sergio Aguero grabbing them one before half-time. It's just playing the ball about as you expect City to do. It's really good football. And the finish is top quality as well. Right, game on again. We do tend to always have extremely entertaining games against Manchester City. And they normally include a hell of a lot of goals as well, especially when City play a full-strength team. They do occasionally play a weakened side against you in career mode, but clearly on this occasion, they are certainly not fielding a weakened side. And the way they're playing the ball about at the beginning of this second half really has me worried. Thankfully, Azpilicueta gets a block on that, otherwise City might well have equalised. And then who knows what would have happened in the rest of this. Oh, Sterling's destroyed me. Unfortunately for him, he can't keep it in. But I got absolutely destroyed there. Ball roll, a little dink over the foot as well. I almost wish he kept that in there and kept the move going, because that was outrageous from Raheem Sterling. Nicely done by Willian there. We'll look for Mateo Kovacic first. Hazard needed to run this side of the defender, please. Never mind. Still look for Eden through the gap. He's spun well. In fact, he spun very well. And he spin well again. He can, but the shot's blocked. He might drop to Icardi, trying to chest it down. He's still got it. Hazard shows some good footwork. Find a teammate. And Golo. He's not going to shoot from there and score, but Willian will look around the corner for Jorginho, and Benjamin Mendy will clear. Half an hour to go. Still 2-1, but as you can see, either side could yet score another goal. Marcus Alonso with a throw into Hazard. Walker almost stole the ball away from him there, but wasn't able to keep hold of it. Kovacic into Kante, to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, to Willian, to Hazard, to a save, and Edison gets to the loose ball first. That was just as good a flowing move as City's goal. Unfortunately, their goalkeeper was in the way. Mendy. Ruben Loftus-Cheek tried to get there but couldn't. Aguero's turned brilliantly. He's gone for goal! And Sergio Aguero equalises for Manchester City. Brilliant finessed effort from the edge of the box. He's his second for his team. And his team are level. I thought he was going to play the ball through, to be fair, to the on-rushing midfielder. I think it was Gundogan, but he just didn't need to. That is an outstanding finish from Sergio Aguero and a beautiful angle for it as well. That's the quality they have, City. We may have been 2-0 up, but they've pegged us back. Kovacic nicely returns to Marcus Alonso. In there to Mauro Icardi. Get it. Oh, it's a beautiful ball to Willian to win it for us. Willian! The 82nd minute. What a pass to set him free. Oh, wow. We have the lead again, but Mauro Icardi, what vision. Absolutely superb. Mendy nowhere near him. Willian left all alone. And the form that he's been in this season, you can't leave him all alone like that. Great finish. We're in front again. With a throw deep in City territory right at the end of the game. Hazard can't get the better of Walker there, unfortunately. And it doesn't matter. Yes! We are able to get ourselves victory against City. That may well put us top of the table. Question is, can we stay there until the end of the episode and into the new year? I think that puts us top. I'm pretty sure it puts us top. We shall have a quick look. What a game against City. Again, almost every single time we play them, it's a ridiculous game. Kante was happy to play. He got himself booked, but, well, rephrase. I got him booked, but he did well. Right, we'll train Wagner quickly, and then we shall go and simulate the game in the Europa League. I'm pretty sure we're guaranteed a top spot already, aren't we? Have a quick look. We're not, actually. We're actually playing PAOK for top spot. It's first versus second in the league, followed by first versus second in the Europa League. That's intriguing. And let me just see which side I want to play in this team, or because of the calendar. So if we play, well, considering we're playing for first spot in the group, I should probably play my full strength side against PAOK, reserves against Brighton, first team against Fulham, and then reserves against reserves against Leicester, or mixed side, and then we'll be able to decide what we do at the end of the month. Right, so the same team that just played City then can go out and play against PAOK and hopefully get us through to the knockout rounds as group winners. We've clearly had a very good group stage here, PAOK. The two of us have dominated the whole group scenario. Us on 13, them on 11, but we might be going up to 16 as Willian gives us a 1-0 lead after 24 minutes. Clearly the man of the season so far, but Prijovic brings one back for PAOK, and they have themselves an equaliser. And as things get deeper into the game, it still looks like we're going to top the group unless the Greeks score, which they don't. We top the group on 14 points to give ourselves the best, in theory, potential draw in the knockout rounds. 5.5 million added to next season's transfer budget, which obviously is not important for us because we're not going to be here next season. But it's Brighton up next in the Premier League, and that win against City did put us top, as you can see there. But they've just gone top again. Great work, say the board. Emerson wants to play. Great work, say the board. We've sold £176 million worth of merchandise. Absolutely brilliant. Right. In fact, yeah, we'll rotate for this one. Brighton away. Also replaced David Luiz, who's injured again, and Aspie's drafted in at centre-back on this occasion. Right, Chelsea versus Brighton away from home. Hudson-Odoi, Pedro and Morata as the front three. Side should still be strong enough to get us a victory here, although Pascal Gross gives Brighton a 1-0 lead. I may end up having to avoid rotating like this if we want to win the Premier League this season. Hudson-Odoi pulls one back after Davy Pröper gave them a 2-0 lead, sorry. Oh, I thought it was a goal for a minute. No, it's 2-1 to Brighton. I am going to have to play mixed sides then in the Premier League, I think, if we want to stand a chance of winning that competition this season. It's a lesson that we are good to learn at this stage of the season so that we don't slip up at a latter stage. We'll train Edwards again and he may go up a rating here. He has not, but he's certainly a hell of a lot closer to it. We've some very, very talented young players at the club right now, but we'll play a full-strength side against Fulham and then we'll rotate moving forward. Risk losing 2 players, David Luiz and Willy Caballero. David Luiz I shall offer a new contract. I'd rather he didn't leave Chelsea, regardless of the fact we're not going to be here. I'll go and offer him a deal and then we'll go and play Fulham. Right, Fulham, Sergi Rico in goal for them. 5 at the back, Martin, Mawson, Chambers, Balanta and Bryan. 2 in midfield with Tom Kenny and Jean-Michel Seri holding. And then up top is a front 3, Rodrigo de Paul, Vieto and Sessegnon. Let's see who's going to win the Battle of Southwest London. Hopefully it's going to be the team in blue, but we'll wait and see. SP with the throw into Willian. Back there to N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic. Hazard on that early to try and catch the keeper out, but the defender wasn't caught out and he blocks it. Good head by Thiago Silva. Icardi knocks that down. Jorginho picks it up. Here's Hazard. Jorginho pointed for it. Sorry, Icardi pointed for it where he wanted it. What a save from Sergi Rico. Absolutely brilliant fingertip stuff. Willian with the delivery. Oh, it's going to drop here to Rudiger, who will look for a teammate. It's actually Thiago Silva, centre-back to centre-back on the edge of the box that the ball looked like it was going to go to there. Kovacic is here in support. He picks that up well and will rifle that. And Willian, can he get it across here to Jorginho? He can. Jorginho's shot is blocked. Kante will look for Willian and find Hazard instead. Eden Hazard across to Jorginho out of his feet. Well held by the Spaniard in goal. Rodrigo de Paul played down the line. Ball in is half decent, although it was pretty comfortable. Oh, what was a dodgy touch. It's done very, very well though, Mauro Icardi to recover. And he set Eden Hazard away. Really wasn't the best ball into the box for Fulham, and they may end up conceding at the other end because of it. And Icardi can flick that on. What a save by Sergio Rico. Unbelievable stuff from the keeper. Again, that's twice he's made really, really top-draw saves to deny us a goal. Oh, wow, from one end of the pitch to the other, and very nearly into the back of the net. One end, and now we come back up this end of the field, and Vieto will deliver the ball into the middle, but Marcos Alonso will deny them the opportunity, and now we'll go back up the other end again, maybe. Eden Hazard looking to get past Mawson, but Alfie stands up well. He's had a good game, Alfie Mawson. Rodrigo de Paul played in down the right-hand side. His cross this time is better, but for a second time... Oh, who's going to get to that first? For a second time, it was Rudiger that was to it. Sessegnon delivers it in. Headed away by Alonso. This game is getting pretty stretched and pretty end-to-end now. Willian. Well, there's some space to break into, and I've got support here through Jorginho. We'll look inside there to Icardi. Oh, it's Hazard. There's Kovacic. Here's Icardi. Turn back inside. Look to bend it, but bend it wide. Here's Joe Bryant. Played in down the line. Thank you. Oh, no! I don't know what to say. Could I see a replay, please? He's crossed it in. Kepa's caught it, and then fallen over and dropped it, and it's gone in. It's a frustrating way to go behind in a match when contributed to the opposition's 1-0 Fulham. Sessegnon in down the left, crosses it in. Rudiger could be underneath this and is, but he very nearly headed that straight to the on-rushing Jean-Michel Seri. Icardi over the top looking for Willian. It's a beautiful ball. But can we get ourselves back in the game? Jorginho. Oh, it's a great pass. Icardi. Oh, look for Hazard at the back post. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant goal. Chelsea 1, Fulham 1. We're level. Oh, wow. That ball was superb. And then Icardi put it on a plate for Eden Hazard, who just got there ahead of the defender with his tippy toes to poke it home. Chelsea 1, Fulham 1. We weren't behind for long. Now let's go and get a winner. Tom Kearney smacks it against Rudiger, and Kante will look to break. He's not going to have the strength to get past Kenny Kovacic, so wins it back superbly. And Icardi could set Eden Hazard away, and has done so. I am going to need others in the box here. Hazard looks to potentially return the favour to Icardi. He finds Willian instead, but that's wild from Willian. Nice Pete. Down the line to Willian. Oh, caught from behind. That's a nasty challenge. Referee might be seeing a red card come out of his pocket, and it's just a yellow for Joe Bryan. That was through the back of him there. He's perhaps lucky to stay on the field with that. He's very lucky to stay on the field with that. That's a horrible challenge. The ball wasn't even in frame by the time he was already on the floor and connecting with Willian's heels. That was disgusting from Joe Bryan. Very much a derby challenge. Oh, Ross Barkley's in. He knows all about derbies with the Merseyside one, but unfortunately not able to get the goal there. Really nicely opened up for him. Gets that to Icardi. It's opened up for him again. Ross Barkley at the second attempt. Fires wide. So to Seri. Oh, picked off by Kovacic, but falls back to Seri. Here come Fulham. To Powell into Johansson. Cross to Seri. Kante in the way. Barkley trying to get it forward, but his pass was deflected. Johansson. Barkley getting involved again. Still Fulham come forward. It's blocked, and that'll be a corner. Fulham putting the pressure on here in the last 10 minutes or so. Powell's going off. I'm not sure who they're bringing on his place. Looked like Andre Schürrle, the former Chelsea man. Indeed it was, and he's going to take the corner himself. His first action is not to get an assist for his new team against his former. Oh, jeeps. The ball's just pinballing around now, and I can't work it away. Seri to Schürrle. Deflected, and out for another corner. The pressure continues here for Fulham. Andre to whip in again. It's another good ball, and Seri will get to that. Vieto keeps it in. Bryan! Side netting only. What a goal that would have been. There's Icardi again. Willian's making the run. He's been a saviour on numerous occasions so far this season. Kovacic will find Icardi. Just squeezes to Barkley. Really running out of time now. Here's Kovacic, Icardi, Kovacic. Icardi, space. Icardi! Blocked by the defender. Win this header. Well up, Mauro. Ross Barkley brings it down. He's going to square him free, and the keeper will pick it up. It's going to be a 1-1 draw against Fulham with that rather comical own goal, meaning that we don't get 3 points. Oh, that's frustrating. A draw against Fulham. More dropped points after the win against City. It's very rare that you see an own goal like that in FIFA or in any game of football, whether it be simulated or real life. It can, on occasion, happen, and City have opened up a 4-point gap on us now. We are still loan. Why would Porto offer to loan Rudiger? No, go away. What are you even thinking about? Oh, dearie me. Right, Leicester at home next. I'm gonna play a mixed team, but I'm gonna throw Kante in for Gilmore because Kante's still got some decent stamina left. I'll throw Hazard in for Pedro. I want to give Hudson-Odoi a chance because he has been scoring the odd goal on occasion. And oh dearie me, I think that's. Let's throw Thiago Silva in there for injured David Luiz, and then Kepa for Caballero, and then see if that team can get us the win against Leicester. I'd very much like 3 points, obviously. Let's see if we can get them. The league title, I think, will go all the way to the final day, provided we can keep pace with Manchester City. It will probably be a 2-horse race towards the end of the season, and the decision to put Eden Hazard in the starting lineup is immediately paid off. After 7 minutes, he gives us a 1-0 lead. Pereira, playing for Leicester, not Watford anymore, gets a yellow card from them. Barkley picks up a knock, but he's able to continue, although Kovacic comes on for him later. And Eden Hazard picks up a second. And a third. A hat-trick for Eden Hazard as Pereira gets sent off late on. It's going to be a solid victory for us. That is particularly pleasing. We made the decision to rotate slightly, and it certainly worked in our favour. Barkley's only out for 7 days. That's manageable. We shall simulate next. Who was simulated last time? It was Edwards. It'll be Wagner now. And I can't remember who the next game was against, actually. We were going to see after that Leicester game, weren't we? And decide whether to play Watford or sim Watford with regards to the Palace game at the end of the week. Who is playing better? Palace are 9th, Watford are 12th. I don't think it's going to make much difference, to be fair. It's not going to make much difference whatsoever. So, we shall... Oh, Norway International Management job. No thanks. Sorry, lads. Not really interested in the Norwegian managerial role, to be completely honest. How's everybody faring? Ross Barkley's injured. Let's play the full-strength side against Watford, and then we'll simulate the game against Palace and use that rotated side again. Again, auto-replace for David Luiz and Ross Barkley now, who are injured. And hopefully, away from home in another London derby of sorts, we can get ourselves 3 points this time around. Right, Watford... Aurelio Gomez in goal for them. Femenia, Mariappa, Cabasele and Olabas at the back. Don't know where Ben Foster is. Might be injured. Hughes, Capu, Ducore and Sema. Or they could have sold him. And 2 up top. Isaac Success playing as a striker, not a winger. Ben Foster just on the bench. And Andre Gray starting up top for them. That's a pacey front 2 that has me particularly worried, actually. We'll see how this 4-4-2 plays against us, but if we get caught on the counter, we might be in trouble. Nice challenge by Rudiger. Solid, I think, is the word. And Kovacic will send Eden Hazard away, and I see the man on the far side, and I'll look for him, and Icardi could get to that, but Aurelio Gomez pounces. Icardi to Jorginho. Willian around the outside. Held his run nicely there, because he was about to drift offside. Jorginho turns back inside, can't find a teammate. Can't break Watford down yet, but they keep giving me the chance to do so because they just keep giving me the possession back again. Willian will find Jorginho here. Mauro Icardi has drifted into Willian's wide position. Get that back there to Eden Hazard. Kovacic makes a good run. Ducore intercepts. Hazard with a lovely tackle. And then the finesse effort is well saved by Aurelio Gomez. Kiko around the corner to Will Hughes, but Kovacic wins it back. He certainly has played very well so far this season, Mateo Kovacic, and is perhaps deserving of staying in the starting lineup. He has been better than Jorginho for me, that's for sure. Willian is available at the back post, and that's who I'll look for. Cross slightly under hit. Ducour's touch let him down there, but not quite able to win it back. Jorginho does. And here's Kovacic. Hazard looking for Willian. It's a lovely ball. It's a great goal. Was he onside? He was. Willian at it again. Chelsea 1, Watford 0. Another really nicely worked goal. I think it was Hazard, wasn't it, that slotted it through to him. Kovacic, yeah, into Jorginho, to Hazard, and then bent home. How we found him in that tight space, I'm not sure, but just was running, waited for the ball, and then bent it first time. Gomez so close to it, but not close enough. 1-0 Chelsea. Free kick for Watford. Holebas to take it. It was whipped well. Kovacic underneath it. Not going to get to that with Hazard, but Icardi shows some strength. He's done brilliantly. Jorginho will use the right back first, then go to Willian. Aspi will find the Brazilian. Good touch. Turns inside to Icardi. I see that run. Jorginho arriving and bursting forward. Jorginho going all the way himself. Good save by Aurelio Gomez. Hazard can't get to the loose ball. Kiko Femenia clears, and Kante's not going to win a header against Ducore. Why Alonso went to volley that in quite such a flamboyant way, I'm not sure. But thankfully, the counter-attack won't arrive because it's half-time. We're in front of the break, thanks to Willian again. Capu down the line, looking for success. Corner for Watford. Had to wait and see which way that was going to go. Rubeloff to Sheik coming on for me. They're making a change as well. Sema going off. Not sure who it was that came on. It's Etienne Capu to take the corner. It's Venuto that's come on. Thiago Silva heads away. Our 1-0 lead so far is still intact in this second half, but Watford are piling on the pressure now. Isaac Success going off. Not sure who's coming on. Might be Troy Deeney. It's Gerard Deulofeu. Are they playing Deulofeu at strike as well then? Continuing with the 4-4-2, have they changed formation? No. Sticking with the 4-4-2, and Deulofeu's playing through the middle now. Still, the pace up top remains for Watford. They've got some very fast attackers in their squad. Will Hughes taking his time, deciding what to do with it. Deulofeu involved immediately. Here is Will Hughes again. Into Kiko Femenia. Cross deflected. Oh, and thankfully Aspi's underneath it. But still the pressure continues from Watford. I can't get rid of the ball. Oh, Willian, I thought was going to get a tackle in there. Here's Andre Gray. Venuto. Andre Gray. Kovacic blocks. Can't get rid of the football. Will Hughes to deliver again. In it comes. Keeper's not going to get to that. Dale Fay who won it. And finally, I think the pressure is lifted. Oh, riding the storm at the minute. Back there to Kante. Space here for Kovacic. And then Icardi to show some strength. Mauro, which he can't do. Win that header. Well up, Marcos. Kante. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is there. Quickly through the gap to Icardi. Icardi bends it. 2-0 Chelsea. Game over. 3 points. Yes! That's a beautiful goal from Mauro Icardi. Not for the first time this season. Not for the first time this episode. From the edge of the box. Bending it into the top right corner. That might well close the gap on Manchester City again at the top of the table. Thank you very much. We'll look to get 3 points again against Palace in the final game of the episode as well. And then you never know, we might be top over the course of New Year. We weren't top at Christmas because this game's being played on Boxing Day, but we might be top come January 1st and the transfer window 2019. Icardi back nicely there to Kovacic. We'll look for Marcos Alonso. Could we make it perhaps 3 and really put some gloss on the tie at the end? Time really running out now. Dink it into the middle and arriving is Jorginho. Knock that back. Loftus-Cheek. It is to be 3. Great finish. Thank you very much. 3-0. The icing on the cake. Lovely finish from Ruben Loftus-Cheek there. Dinked in looking for the man in the middle. We're able to find him. Oh, it's a great volley. Really good volley. Right. 3-0. Dominating victory despite all of the pressure we had from Watford at 1-0 in this second half. We weathered the storm, we rode the wave, we get out alive, and we come away with rather flattering, looking at the stats, 3-0 victory. Quality showing through. City beat Leicester, annoyingly, so I think the gap at the top will remain. Palace just beat Cardiff. That's not too difficult to do. The gap is 4 points to Manchester City at the... Oh, Henry Edwards wants out. Well, no, Henry Edwards, you can get called up to the first team squad because I'm training you. I was going to call you up at the end of the season anyway. You can come up early. Let's do the same for Hans Wagner as well. Right. Oh, welcome to the first team squad, lads. Moving forward, let's go and play this game against Palace. Sim this game against Palace. We shall play that team. Barkley, well, fit again. Well, not injured anymore, but certainly not fit enough to start. So we'll throw Gilmore back into the starting lineup for this one. And see if we can get a result against Crystal Palace. Please say that we can. Away from home. Come on, boys. They just beat Cardiff, but prior to that, they weren't necessarily in good form. With a 4-1 smacking of Manchester City in a draw against Leicester. Palace always difficult to play against, though. Morata gives us a 1-0 lead, however, after 32 minutes, which gives me hope that we might well be able to get a victory here at Selhurst Park. To the hour mark, still in front. Hazard makes it 2. I think, actually, he's the league's top goal scorer right now, Eden Hazard, after that hat-trick in the game earlier on in the episode against Leicester. I'm pretty sure that puts him, or will keep him top of the goal scorer charts. Let's have a look, shall we? Player stats. Yes, 12 goals in 18 games for Eden Hazard so far this season. He is doing brilliantly. Ross Barkley and David Luiz now fit as well. We shall advance as far as the first. Actually, I'll stop so I can simulate on the 31st. Not simulate, so I can train on the 31st. Let me know in the comment section down below. Oh, it didn't stop in time. All right, great. Let me know. Giroud's gone, so we'll know how much money we have now. Right, quick roundup. I will finish my sentence previously, don't worry. Let me know what centre mids you think I should look at. 62 to 81. Sorry, pal, that's a no from me. 79 to 94. Everyone else looks like they could be decent. Let's see if there's anyone else we can consider calling up. No Ludwig, no Gruner, no Schultz, maybe Baumann. Probably not Dennis Horn. Baumann is a maybe. What's he valued at? 60,000. That's probably going to be a no, but we'll give it another month just to be sure. From Spain, Miguel, maybe. We'll give that another month. 64 to 86 is a no. 70 to 94 and valuation of 240 is certainly a potential. We'll give that one more month. 67 to 93. 35 to 49 at the minute, so that's a no. That's a no. 74 to 94 is a maybe. Oh, some still promising talents that might be coming through. 65 to 85 is a no. 74 to 94 for Elliot Clark is a maybe, although he's not too highly valued or rated at the present. So no for Sean Jackson. I will say no to him. 66 to 88, 62 to 87, That's a no. Oh, I think I just accidentally promoted him, didn't I? That's a no, and that is a maybe. Did I accidentally promote someone? No, I didn't. Okay, good. Right. Let me know what sentiments to look for. I'm going to add players like Saul, I've seen him in the comment section before, to the shortlist, and a couple of others as well. And then we shall make a move in January in tomorrow's episode, and fingers crossed, be able to sign ourselves a brand new central midfielder. I'll see you tomorrow.